Welcome back. TSN's coverage of the ESSO Protec Cannon Formula 1600 Series from Mont Tremblant.
The sun has replaced the snow, but the track is still pretty greasy. We're waiting for the green light. There it is, standing start. They're lighting up their tires even on this somewhat damp track, and there's a charge up the hill into turn one.
Unbelievably, and look at again, Steve Adams with that great start into what they call Le Diable, turn two, the devil.
There's Steve Adams, number 59. Bruno Bianchi, the 21-year-old, running in second place. Greg Moore in third, Michel Provo running in fourth spot, and Juan Duckhahn right behind him.
And look at the cars already trying to find that dry line, Paul.
It's difficult to know whether to stay on the regular line through every corner where the track might be a little more slippery in some spots, but there's a thin strip, a ribbon of semi-dry pavement. They're trying to stay on that. Under heavy braking into this right-hander. There is Steve Adams in the lead, the 21-year-old rookie, Bianchi, right on his tail.
Yeah, different lines though. You saw Adams, then Bianchi almost follow him, but Greg Moore in the white car, now he looks to the inside, running third. He tried it to the outside a little bit.
Now coming up under heavy braking, this is a good place to pass, and Bianchi's going to take advantage of it, but he's on the wet part of the track. You can see him sliding the car rooster tails off of his tires. That was really brave, and he managed to pull it off. That took some kind of courage.
Bruno Bianchi is only 21, another of those bright Canadian athletes, isn't he?
He certainly is. His crew chief is also Mauro Lanero, who won this championship last year with Jason McCann at the wheel. Mauro is also the crew chief for Stefan Proust's Formula 2000 team. Bruno is learning a lot from his association with Mauro and Stefan.
Greg Moore, you see him going through Namuro in the number 99, running third. He actually came to Tremblant a couple of days early to go to the Jim Russell School just to get an idea of what this track is all about.
And so far it's paying off, but the top two cars are starting to pull away from Moore just a little bit. Look at Bianchi, he's using the whole road right on the edge of the circuit. He's got Adams behind him. Their driver's now searching for the dry line through the turn. You can see how damp it is in spots. This really plays havoc on the car. Look, two wheels Bianchi's got on the wet portion of the circuit setting up for this turn. That could spell trouble for him.
Something that's got to help though, Paul, these BF Goodrich tires, they aren't slicks. They are actually a treaded tire, so it'll help on the wet.
We've got a car off the track there, number 90, Canadian Keith Willis in the Canadian-built Arrow. He probably has some engine problems. His race is done.
Should mention as well, these cars don't have starters, so if you stall it, you are done. Somebody else.
Larry Dunn, number 2, had an incident with 33, Rod McMillan. The track report says the car barrel rolled. The driver's conscious, but he's trapped inside. He's trying to get out. You can see how much damage has been done to the front part of the cockpit. It's quite possible it's trapped his legs.
And now it's Stéphane Griset is off. The entrance to Namuro, slippery conditions. All kinds of cars now litter the track here at Mont Tremblant.
And the track stays green. They're not going to red flag this, just yellow flags at the corners where the incidents have occurred. And watching Bianchi slide the car through Namuro, bouncing it off the curbs. Now, Steve Adams behind him, number 59, trying to set him up for a pass.
And it's interesting, up towards the Namuro end, things have dried out considerably. As we take a look now, the fight for 11th place, Graham Pepler in the 29, trying to hold off the Western champion, John Thompson in car 16. What a great battle there.
And there's a safety vehicle on the track, heading out, the white flag's being waved, letting the drivers know that that safety vehicle's on the outside of the circuit. Oh, and a big slide out of Bianchi. I think he's maybe driving a little bit over his head right now, because you can see that Steve Adams and Greg Moore are staying with him without the same kind of histrionics at the wheel.
Hey, listen, Bruno Bianchi hasn't been in this position the entire season. It's usually been Adams leading, and now Adams forced to do some of the chasing.
Adams sitting just far enough back. He's leaving a margin of error for Bianchi. If he makes a mistake, he doesn't want to get caught in it.
The emergency crew out to have a look at that 33 of Rod McMillan. You know what's probably happened here? His car has touched wheels with another one, and they tend to catapult. I think back to the tragic death of Gilles Villeneuve when his car touched in a Formula One practice session. Much the same thing.
Open wheel cars, very dangerous. You can't have any kind of contact. One car usually ends up skyrocketing through the air and skyrocketing through the corners right now. Look at this. Bianchi has really got his foot hard in it. Steve Adams behind him. They're pulling away from Greg Moore up the hill, heavy braking into Namuro corner. Adams closes the gap right up on Bianchi, and Bianchi sliding the car. He's using the speed curbs. That's not going to be good for the tires over the duration of this race.
No, it looks like Adams may be setting them up as they come by the start-finish line. Yeah, Adams now down the inside as they go into turn one and up through Diable.
That is a textbook pass. It shows the veteran against the rookie. He just took advantage of him down the straight, moved out, outbraked him going into the turn. Here comes the tow truck now. The driver's trying to stay to the inside to avoid it.
And now an ambulance out to bring Rod McMillan back to the start-finish line. All these vehicles on. I'm surprised they haven't red flagged this race, because this is going to be dangerous.
It is, there's the red flag now. They're going to stop the race. That means the drivers have to come to a stop, maintain their positions, and stop on the start-finish straight. Now, they look like they're still racing to me, unless they haven't seen the red flag yet at this corner.
In fact, they probably will race back to the start-finish line. And oh, we have a car off the track there.
Number 99, Greg Moore, straight off the road into the embankment after the red flag came out. He's trying to he kept the car running, but he's given up on it. You can see the few belches of flame out the exhaust pipe. He knows it's not going anywhere.
Unbelievably, the red flag is out now as the ambulance has arrived at the 33 of Rod McMillan. And now you can see the starter out. Everybody will come to a stop now. The track officials will bring Steve Adams to a stop. Bruno Bianchi behind him at the starting grid.
The race has been stopped as a result of all the safety vehicles and disabled cars on the track.
And we'll return with the restart from Mont Tremblant when we come back. Raceday on TSN.